Hey, welcome to Pit Maneuver US, where order and chaos balance on every second. One wrong decision, and everything goes out of control. When the opportunity arises, the pit maneuver becomes the only solution.
TBI, he went into the cable barriers.
In Arkansas, an Arkansas State Police officer conducted a traffic stop on a driver in the Fort Smith area and discovered the suspect had an outstanding warrant. When asked to exit the vehicle, the suspect refused to comply and suddenly accelerated, leading to a short pursuit.
Get out on your own, or you're going to get out with me taking you out of this car, okay?
Why do I have a warrant?
I don't know. It's for a failure to appear.
And then so what happens if I'm going to jail and I have to get bonded out?
Yeah.
Can I even get bonded out for it?
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know if I have that kind of money.
I'll let you make some phone calls.
I'm going to make a phone call.
Hey, you're not going to tell me what you're going to do.
You just
Unbuckle
asked
the
me.
damn car and
You
get
just
out
asked-
now.
No.
Unbuckle and get out.
Dude, you're not going to do this.
Get out.
No.
Now.
No.
Stop. Get
You're
out.
looking like a real jackass
Stop.
right now, dude. You're looking like
Stop.
a real jackass.
Get
Out of the car. Nope.
Now.
Nope. 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 No, dude. Nope.
Okay. You're done for. I got one round. I got one round.
Pull over now! Pull that car over now! Pull it over now! Pull that car over now! You better pull it over! You're making this worse on yourself! Pull it over! Get out!
Shortly after, the officer executed a pit maneuver, bringing the vehicle to a stop. The suspect was subdued, pulled out of the vehicle, and arrested at the scene, facing more serious charges due to resisting and fleeing.
Get out now! Crawl out the window now! Get on the ground now!
The pursuit is not over yet. Hit subscribe to experience the next breathtaking moments.
No, you did. All you had was a warrant. That's it. You made this more complicated than it had to be.
In Arkansas, police pursued a brown Chevrolet on Interstate 40 after the suspect drove at high speed, weaved dangerously, and failed to comply with a traffic stop.
They're passing 356 now.
Coming up just behind him.
10-4. D9, the deputy's in a white Dodge Ram. D9 in the right lane. The deputy did advise me.
I'm on it. 1037, directing that.
Measure it.
TBI, he went into the cable barriers.
When taking the lead position, officers executed a pit, TVI, maneuver striking the rear of the vehicle, causing it to spin and crash into a fence, ending the pursuit. The suspect, Jimmy Lee Manasco, was arrested at the scene, showed signs of drug use, refused testing, and was later taken to jail facing multiple charges including fleeing, driving under the influence of drugs, reckless driving, no driver's license, and no insurance.
Why you gotta make me do that?
In Detroit, Michigan State Police pursued a suspect driving at high speed through the downtown area at speeds reaching nearly 150 kilometers per hour. The suspect continuously moved across multiple major roads, disregarding the danger to traffic.
Motor City Casino in the right lane, and speeds are 89 miles per hour. We got the green light. Very light traffic, no pedestrian traffic. We're going to be through the lot, still in the right lane. And it's going to be very light pedestrian, actually very light car traffic and very light pedestrian traffic. Actually don't see anyone. Speeds are 60 miles per hour. We're continuing southbound through Grand River. We're coming up to 2nd Street. We're going to be in the right lane and light traffic and no pedestrian traffic. Everybody have eyes on? Setbacks from downtown. We're downtown, and we're at east, southbound Grand River through Bagley, and
Recognizing suitable conditions, officers executed a pit maneuver, disabling the vehicle and bringing it to a stop. The suspect was subdued and arrested shortly after. Upon searching the vehicle, authorities discovered approximately 5 pounds of methamphetamine inside, leading to multiple serious charges related to drugs and fleeing from police.
We need a door breaker. We need a breaker. Break it. Break it. I need to put it. I lock it. I got him. Get the car. On the ground. Okay. Got it.
I need EMS. I need EMS. Good?
Anybody else on foot?
Nobody's
not on foot.
only occupied one time.
One time.
Any weapons in the car, partner?
In Arkansas, a tense pursuit ended in chaos as the suspect continuously resisted law enforcement. After fleeing at high speed, officers executed a pit maneuver, causing the vehicle to lose control and crash, forcing it to stop. However, the suspect refused to surrender and continued to barricade inside the vehicle while holding a metal object, initially suspected to be a firearm. Law enforcement had to deploy multiple force measures such as a K-9 unit, pepper spray, and a taser to subdue the suspect. Ultimately, the individual was arrested after being completely overwhelmed, bringing the dangerous incident to an end. In Georgia, a Nissan Armada failed to comply with a traffic stop on I-95 and fled at speeds over 170 kilometers per hour, continuously weaving and endangering other vehicles.
When I was on pit, we came up on track.
About 400 is 1080.
Reckon I still can't pit him. Too much traffic out here. We're passing 102 in the left lane.
Show 10541, 9 up, that's 102, lock name.
10-4, yeah, we coming up on this traffic now out behind. I see y'all ahead. We're in the left lane. It's just too much traffic. I can't pit him now. Bringing him, y'all can hold that traffic up there. We can hold him in. He's going around on the left shoulder. He's trying to go around on the left shoulder. The cars keep moving. I was trying to, he was stopped for a minute. He's in the left lane. Stay where you are, stay where you are. He's trying to go around in the middle.
When heavy traffic slowed the vehicle near exit 102, officers took the opportunity to execute a pit maneuver, causing the suspect vehicle to spin and veer into a roadside ditch, ending the pursuit. The suspect, Terrence Lance Truitt, was subdued after refusing to exit the vehicle. Upon inspection, he had no valid driver's license, showed signs of substance use, and was later arrested, facing multiple charges including fleeing, driving under the influence of drugs, reckless driving, and several other serious traffic violations. In Georgia, a high-speed pursuit occurred as the suspect, Erasmo Acosta, continuously drove recklessly across multiple roads, making dangerous passes, turning off headlights, ignoring traffic signals, and even causing collisions before fleeing. As the situation became dangerous for surrounding traffic, officers executed a pit maneuver, disabling the vehicle and ending the pursuit. The suspect and passengers were removed from the vehicle, with Acosta being arrested at the scene without injuries.
Back seat. Come here. Get over here.
Legal?
Yep, I got you.
All right.
I got you. Come here. I don't want to hear nothing from you. You stop talking. You want to get him over there with him? Hey, roll your window down now.
That's
Roll out the window. Pull up. I'm gonna back up so you get that door. Pull him out. Fuck out of the
In Georgia, a Chevrolet Cruze was spotted speeding on I-16 and failed to comply with a traffic stop, accelerating and fleeing, nearly causing a crash while passing vehicles on the shoulder.
Chill on ring, it's only 1080. I-16 coming to 516. Be getting on the westbound 516.
Westbound 516.
I just pit him in.
As the suspect continued toward a densely populated area, officers decided to execute a pit maneuver, striking the rear of the vehicle and causing the Cruze to spin, lose control, and crash into a guardrail, ending the pursuit. Immediately after, the driver, Richard Wright II, along with a passenger, was subdued while attempting to escape from the vehicle. A search at the scene revealed a loaded AK-47, marijuana, and a large amount of cash. Both suspects were taken for medical evaluation and then arrested, facing multiple serious charges related to weapons, drugs, fleeing, and reckless driving.
Hands out! It ain't on fire, that's the airbags. Let me see your hands! Let me see your hands! Put y'all's hands in the air! Hands in the air! Yeah, I got the back seat. I got both his hands on the back seat. Hey man, drop your phone.
Every decision happens in a split second. Subscribe to witness decisive pit maneuvers.
In a minute, we'll get him out. Just leave your hands up. What's up?
My man, put that cigarette out. My man, put the cigarette out. Let's go.
He's playing around. He tried to get out of the front seat earlier, and he went right back in when I came out on the gun. He's the driver right here.
In Arkansas, an Acura TL was spotted making an improper lane change and failed to comply with a traffic stop, fleeing and leading to a high-speed pursuit across multiple roads in Little Rock. The suspect, Michael Davenport, continuously accelerated to over 80 miles per hour in an urban area, posing a serious danger to the public, while throwing a bag suspected to contain drugs out of the vehicle during the escape. Officers attempted multiple TVI/pit maneuvers but were initially unsuccessful. Finally, at the intersection of Roosevelt and S Park, law enforcement executed a successful intervention, bringing the vehicle under control and forcing it to stop. Davenport exited the vehicle but did not comply, forcing officers to use force to subdue and handcuff him.
About 45 Fairgrounds, TVI, right here at Park.
Y'all trying to kill me, man! Fuck up! Y'all trying to kill me!
In Arkansas, a suspect was driving recklessly on the highway, continuously traveling at speeds from 90 to over 110 miles per hour, weaving and nearly causing accidents multiple times.
No, he was like off at an angle.
Yeah, I'm trying to get caught up over there to you.
I'm gonna go 1024. He's passing on the shoulder, about to wreck out.
Okay, go ahead. I'm coming to see you.
All right, see. Yeah, continue with the radius. Taking 40 east, about to wreck out. Still going 40 east on the ramp. Coming up to the big church.
I didn't see anything come through here, and I've been sitting here for about 30 seconds to a minute.
When Arkansas State Police pursued, the suspect still did not stop, forcing multiple units to coordinate intervention to end the danger. One officer performed a pit maneuver, but the vehicle continued fleeing, requiring other units to assist. Finally, a decisive pit caused the suspect to lose control and stop on the highway. Officers quickly moved in, gave commands, and subdued the driver at the scene. The incident caused a patrol vehicle to be damaged due to the collision, but the suspect was arrested, ending the dangerous pursuit under extremely hazardous weather conditions.
440 west, 40 west from 440.
TVI. Right before Proto, 40 westbound.
Show me your fucking hands!
Don't miss the decisive pit maneuvers. Press subscribe now to follow the latest pursuits.
Open the door! Watch them. Make sure their hands are up. Open the door!
Pull me out the car. Wait.
Stay down now!
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Put your hands on your head!
Wait, you're pressing down.
Hey,
Roll
keep
over.
your hands up!
In Arkansas, the drug task force had sufficient grounds to arrest a suspect for aggravated assault on law enforcement. When officers activated their lights to initiate a traffic stop on Don Tyson Parkway, the suspect immediately fled, forcing the Arkansas State Police to begin a pursuit.
Well, I'm coming down 48 from Sunset.
Reason for the stop, they already had the PC. I'm waiting on 21. We'll do a stop.
So I'm waiting for one.
Are you going east or west?
We're fixing to go east. Where you at?
Eastbound, I think.
Going up the bridge.
24 within here at Don Tyson and 48. All right, Brady's gonna come up behind me. I'm gonna stop it. Well, maybe. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of room to stay with it if he runs. I'm east of 48th now. 37 eastbound.
10-4, Lola, all units for 1063, 1063. 10-4.
TBI.
Recognizing that the suspect posed a danger and had a history of assaulting officers, a trooper quickly closed in and performed a pit maneuver, causing the vehicle to lose control and stop. Immediately after the pit, officers moved in, ordered the occupants to raise their hands and lie on the ground. 2 individuals in the vehicle were subdued at the scene, with the driver arrested for assaulting law enforcement and fleeing. The pursuit ended quickly thanks to the precise pit maneuver, preventing the threat before the situation could escalate further.
Face down! Face down! Hey, I'm gonna go cut this one. Anybody else in the car?
Fucking hear me?
I don't know where it's at. It's on the ground. That's just one. There's one right there. Should be another one on my phone.
In Georgia, a patrol officer spotted a blue Chevrolet and attempted to initiate a traffic stop, but the driver immediately fled, starting a pursuit at speeds up to 130 miles per hour in wet and extremely dangerous road conditions.
Coming up, Lee and Dawson. Where are you at again?
American Beach blocking it.
36, I'm on 520. You on 536?
Yeah, 36, 36.
Alright, I'm getting set up at the 10. Y'all should be to me shortly. You hit this 10.
10-4, 10-4. We got rear tire down on the right side. We got front right tire down. We got 2 tires down. Pit.
Recognizing that the suspect was continuously weaving and could cause a serious crash, troopers deployed spike strips, deflating multiple tires and causing the vehicle to lose its ability to maintain speed control. When the vehicle slowed down, a trooper quickly moved in and performed a pit maneuver, causing the vehicle to spin sideways and come to a complete stop on the roadway. Immediately afterward, officers surrounded the vehicle and ordered the driver to show his hands and lie on the ground. The suspect was subdued and arrested at the scene, ending the dangerous high-speed pursuit thanks to the precise coordination between spike strips and a pit maneuver, preventing risk to the public and law enforcement.
Hey, unbuckle your seatbelt, fall out on the fucking ground. Fall across, 50,000 volts, do something stupid. Fall on the ground. Yes, sir.
I don't give a shit.
No, I just need you to know.
In Atlanta, a stolen Dodge Hellcat was spotted and tracked from the air by the aviation unit, while Georgia State Patrol units closed in on the ground. When the driver realized the presence of police, he accelerated to over 100 miles per hour, drove on the shoulder, and continuously changed direction through multiple streets to escape.
Phoenix Radio.
21.
Crossing over Oglethorpe and still northbound on Peoples. Phoenix Radio.
Copy of young troops.
You're in the highest vehicle. Are you 10A? We're talking. Just played up Smith.
Alright, we're going to be going eastbound on Peoples. Eastbound on RDA. Eastbound on RDA.
7322.
Making a northbound turn on the J-Lo.
Will you look
Northbound on J-Lo.
for this 41 piece that's on Dolo Ave with unit 5646?
Alright, J-Lo coming up to Oak Street. Alright, we're going to be going westbound on the Collier.
Everybody stop him, stop him, stop him.
Alright, think good. Get that red, good, good, no. I think that is really good. Something okay, so I'm over the truck. Don't go west down on okay. That's right behind right now where our traffic over there, go west down on okay. That's the winter. I think he is behind you. I'm over there, take care of west down on okay. Almost quickly, probably
With precise guidance from the helicopter, a trooper was able to approach from behind and perform a pit maneuver, causing the Hellcat to lose control, spin sideways, and lose a tire, forcing it to stop. Immediately afterward, the suspect abandoned the vehicle and fled into a nearby wooded area, but units quickly established a perimeter and successfully arrested the suspects, ending the dangerous pursuit through coordinated air and ground operations.
3379 MLK, Heavy Woods.
In Flint, Michigan, Michigan State Police pursued a murder suspect driving a silver Volkswagen GTI after he was spotted on the highway. When officers activated their lights and siren, the suspect immediately accelerated to over 100 miles per hour, recklessly fleeing across multiple roads.
Speed to 20. Second pit attempt. To be successful. Going westbound on the hill.
Second pit unsuccessful, westbound on the hill.
Crashed out. Crashed out yourself, Reed. Just remember, we had the gun.
Crashed out, copy, Reed.
Hands up, both of them! Both of them! Both of them!
Troopers attempted a pit maneuver the first time but were unsuccessful. However, they quickly re-engaged and performed a second pit maneuver, causing the vehicle to lose control and crash off the roadway. Immediately after the crash, officers approached, ordered the suspect to show his hands, and pulled him from the vehicle. The suspect was subdued and handcuffed at the scene, ending the dangerous pursuit and ensuring the murder suspect could no longer pose a threat to the community.
Custody.
In Blytheville, Mississippi County, Arkansas, a trooper with Arkansas State Police Troop C spotted a suspect attempting to flee on County Road 61 and immediately accelerated in pursuit as the suspect tried to head back toward Missouri to avoid arrest.
Right, yeah, so did you know which direction they're going on North Franklin?
We're on phone with the state police now.
They're trying to make it back to the state line. Speed's 84.
right between Franklin and Main. 1063.
TBI, TBI, TBI.
10-4.
30, what's your 20?
Southbound on 61.
10-4, last known as man in Franklin.
Where you at?
Still on 150.
10-4, eastbound on 150.
When moving on to Highway 150 at approximately 86 miles per hour, the suspect continued fleeing recklessly, forcing the trooper to close in from behind and deploy a pit maneuver to end the pursuit. The first pit caused the vehicle to lose control and leave the roadway, but the suspect still managed to drive through a rough field in an attempt to escape. The trooper quickly followed and performed a second pit maneuver, this time causing the vehicle to spin sideways and stop in the middle of the field. The suspect stepped out but continued to show non-compliant behavior, forcing the trooper to draw his firearm and give loud commands for the suspect to lie on the ground. After a tense moment, the suspect was finally subdued and handcuffed. The pursuit ended with the suspect being arrested, showing that despite attempts to flee and recklessly cross difficult terrain, escape only makes the situation worse and cannot avoid law enforcement capture.
Get on the ground!
Follow Pit Maneuver US and press subscribe to stay with the high-speed pursuits in the upcoming videos. In Arkansas, a trooper with the Arkansas State Police spotted Shamaya Johnson, 19, driving with expired license plates, but she refused to stop and fled, leading to a pursuit on public roads.
You're gonna be at the M37. Brakes.
1063.
After being closed in on, troopers deployed a pit maneuver, causing the vehicle to lose control and forcing it to stop in the parking lot of Lowe's. However, Johnson still refused to comply, jumped out, and fled on foot, even climbing onto pallets to resist arrest. Troopers quickly subdued and arrested her at the scene. Johnson was later charged with multiple serious offenses, including fleeing by vehicle, resisting arrest, and reckless driving, showing that attempting to escape only leads to more severe legal consequences.
Is your ID in here by chance?
Sir?
Is your ID or anything like it?
A 17-year-old driving a stolen SUV fled when police attempted to stop the vehicle, leading to a high-speed pursuit on public roads.
North, 1050 radio rollover. Driver, hands up! Watch the right side. Hands up! Crawl out of that car! Hands up! I didn't have a good setup on pit. Let it see your hand. Crawl out!
Police units followed closely behind and looked for an opportunity to deploy a pit maneuver, but the trooper reported there was no suitable position to perform it safely. While attempting to escape and losing control at high speed, the SUV suddenly veered off the roadway and rolled multiple times, ending the pursuit in a serious crash. Officers quickly surrounded the vehicle, ordered the suspect to exit, and successfully subdued the suspect at the scene. Despite attempting to flee, the rollover completely ended any chance of escape, and the suspect now faces serious charges related to vehicle theft and fleeing from police.
Vehicle 3 City Elementary with manufacturer tag. X-ray North Union 092, 100 times.
Speed surges, pressure rises, and one wrong decision can change everything. The content is carefully edited by Pit Maneuver US and does not replace the original footage. Subscribe now to step into new limits of action.